And once again, we are live. So I know we just did a live stream last night, but I wasn't doing anything else tonight, and I was really excited that we had our Discord server completed, as you saw in the title of this stream. So I thought, you know what? Let's go live and show everyone the Discord. So Michael, I sent him the link to the StreamYard. He should be joining us soon. So, like I said, the plan is to show the Discord and then just talk with you guys really about anything. So, let's let the chat populate a little bit first, see if anyone gets in here. And who knows, maybe I might also do some more music for you guys since you guys liked it so much at the end of the last stream. Maybe we'll do some more. So, in the meantime, I'm going to just really quick get on my iPad here and put out the link to the stream on YouTube. Oh, my volume was up there. So while we're waiting on some more people joining, talking about my day in general, it was a pretty interesting day. I, of course, work at the caverns and was there for work, as I always am. And we weren't too busy today. I'd say we probably had like 900 people visit. And had some pretty interesting conversations with some of my coworkers. And pretty much not much else to talk about. And hey, Rhiannon, thanks for joining me. Had to answer someone on Twitter there. So Rhiannon just joined the server. Thank you. Yep, there you are. So I'm guessing you are that X Loopy X Flute Loop. I'm guessing that's you. So we're gonna do a walkthrough of the Discord server just so we all know what's going on and sort of discuss what's going to happen with it and the plans that I have. In the meantime, though, we'll see if other people will join. What do you mean by do the caps, Rhiannon? Are you talking about caps lock? Oh, yes. Okay. So you are talking about doing caps lock. Okay. Fair enough. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to wait for Michael to so that we can go over the Discord server together. So right now we're just kind of stalling for time. And Rhiannon says, in this other server, there's a certain amount of caps you can put in a message. That's weird. Is that like, that has to be something that the owner of that server set specifically for their server, because I didn't see anything like that with mine. So who knows what's going on with that? Like I said, at this point, I'm pretty much just stalling for time. Dino? Or do you mean dunno? As in D-U-N-N-O, or you don't know? It could be. Who knows? Hmm. So so this is my dad, and he's asking where the Cheetos are, and I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any Cheetos. Like I said, I'm pretty much just stalling for time right now until Michael can get here. And yes, Rhiannon, in case you didn't know, me and my dad have the same name. He is Paul Strassner Sr. I am Paul Strassner Jr. And yes, that's what PJ stands for, Paul Jr. That's okay, Dad. I'm actually not that big a fan of Cheetos that much anymore. I don't like getting my fingers dirty with what I eat. So I guess while I'm waiting for Michael, I'll do some more music for you guys. So let me readjust my camera and microphone so you can see the guitar and get a good balance of the two. All right. So, let's see. And dad's surprised that I don't like I don't like Cheetos. I really don't that much anymore. I prefer like normal Lay's potato chips anymore. I don't like I don't like things that get my fingers dirty when I eat. That's why I get boneless wings whenever I go to places like Buffalo Wild Wings. That way I can eat them with a fork. Probably probably the most unmanly way to eat wings, but I don't like to get my fingers dirty. All right. So, and the Matt Cave says barbecue chips all the way. And quick hello to Mr. Felix Kiros, and he's asking for the No No song. I'm not gonna do that unless given a reason to. The No No song should be used as sparingly as possible. And for those that don't know what that's talking about, the No No song, it's it's a little jingle that the guys over at Echo Base Network, the guys that have been helping us with the channel, they have a no cursing policy with their chat and with their stream. And anytime one slips out, they'll play this little jingle, saying, "Hey, don't say stuff like that." All right. But since my dad is watching, or at least he was watching the stream, I'm going to do a song that I wrote about an experience that I had with my dad one night back in 2013. So, a little bit of context going into this song. My dad is also my pastor, And every Tuesday night, at least before COVID put a stop to that, Dad would go with a couple of his friends from another church to our local county jail, and he would, do a Bible study with them. And there was a couple nights back in 2013 that I went along with him, and the second time I even took my guitar in there and did a little mini worship session with them. And then one day, while I was overseas in the Navy and I was on post, this song just randomly came to me. And I wrote this song called The Jail Preacher. And it was a song written from the point of view of the inmates about what it could have been to be in jail and yet hear of Jesus Christ for the first time. So here's the song. It goes like this: The Jail Preacher. Well, I'm sitting in my cell doing nothing, my heart despairing and no light of hope that I can see. My loved ones never come or call to see just how I'm doing. And I thought that if there was a God, he did not care for me. My cellmate always goes to church on Tuesdays. Come, he says, to the chapel, I really want you to go. So I went, expecting that I'd leave the same way that I came. But my heart was in for a revolution, little did I know. The preacher said, Jesus loves you, he'll forgive you of your sins. He'll cleanse your soul and guide your life if you just let him in. And for those in his caring arms, great blessings are in store. And the words of the jail preacher gave me hope I was looking for. When the service was finished, I went over to the preacher and asked if we could talk just one-on-one. He took me to the back and said, son, I'm listening. Then tearfully I asked if God could forgive what I had done. The preacher said, son, God loves you, doesn't matter what you've done. We're all God's children, and that's why God sent his only son. Then later that night I asked the Lord to come and forgive me. And I thanked him for the jail preacher who took time to talk to me. Without God's salvation, I don't know what I'd do. Thank you, Lord, for the jail preacher who led me straight to you. Yes, thank you, Lord, for the jail preacher who led me straight to you. All right, and perfect timing, because Michael has joined us. How are you? Are you still getting things set up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, wait, you probably can't hear. Probably can't hear you.
Can you hear me just fine?
Yeah. For some reason, my headset isn't working. Maybe I just need to check it. So give me 1 sec.
Oh, you're using your headset microphone and not the little desktop one that I gave you?
No, my
I heard Sam in the background there.
yeah. No, I'm using the microphone that you gave me, but for some reason my headset for speakers isn't working.
Hmm. Interesting.
Huh.
Somehow I'm able to hear myself through your speakers through your microphone.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out, but it's kind of not working out.
Also, real quick, Rhiannon says hi. So now that Michael has joined us once he gets his audio issues figured out, as I said, we're going to walk you guys through the new Discord server. And again, I don't know if he's watching right now, but I want to give a special shout out to
You stupid
Thrawn.
frick.
Let Everything okay over there? Here, Mike, I'm gonna mute your mic while you get that figured out, okay? So yeah, we're having some technical difficulties right now on Michael's end. I'm sure he'll get it worked out here in just a moment. And to the Matt Cave, I'm glad you enjoyed the song. And thank you for saying I got a Randy Travis vibe with that. Thank you. And then Rhiannon, is this the first time you've heard me sing? Oh wait, she's not here anymore. Never mind. Oh. And of course, as always, our youngest brother is here. And John, I hope you weren't upset by me picking on you in Echo Base's chat earlier today. I genuinely was surprised to see you there, but also happy to see you there. Hey, Mike, can you hear me? Everything okay over there, Mike? Oh, okay. He muted himself. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. All right. So we'll let Michael figure out his issues with his tech over there. So yeah, how's you guys that are watching right now? How's y'all day been going? Because like I said, me and Michael just worked today. We both work at the same place, and we had a somewhat busy day. About 900 people visited the caverns where we work. And we're gonna do it all again tomorrow. Basically, that's pretty much what our week looks like during the day. I'm gonna text Michael real quick and oh, Jonathan says he got a new Star Wars Lego set for the first time in ages. Big win. Awesome. Which one did you get? And have you put it together yet? Felix says, great, busy day at work and half a mile in the afternoon. Nice. Nice. I'm going to text Michael real quick and see if he's doing okay. Oh, he left the stream. So Jonathan says he got Luke's land speeder and it is assembled. Let me see if I can find a picture of that, John, so I know what you're talking about. The Matt Cave says, I'm hoping to stream some Rogue Squadron on GameCube later tonight. Got my HDMI converter for it the other day. I was looking for one of those a couple years ago when I had a GameCube, but now I've switched all of that over to emulators now on my laptop. So now I've got GameCube games and Nintendo 64 games and Steam games on my laptop, which is an Acer AN515. and it handles it all pretty well. So, John, I'm going to see if I can find a picture of that Lego set. Hmm. All right, John. So let me pull up this. Let me pull up the window here. Is it this one here that you're talking about? We'll let John take a minute to answer. And Michael says he just texted me that he got all his tech working, so I'm going to re-invite him to StreamYard. And John says that yes, that is the one. Awesome. So it looks like that one comes with Ben Kenobi, Luke, a Tusken Raider with a gaffy stick, and C-3PO, and of course the land speeder itself. Awesome. And Michael has joined again, and it looks like he's using a different headset.
Yeah, I want to say that the problem was my laptop, because my laptop is a big pile of crap.
Right.
Part of me wants to format reset it so that I can get whatever bugs that are on it off of it, assuming that it works like that. But
Well, you and I both know the person that can do that. Yep. Mr. Nate Herb Miller.
Yeah. Also, shout outs if you're watching.
Yes. Shout out to any of the people that we work with that are watching this right now. And also, real quick, Felix Kiro says, by the way, reading the EU novels made me understand better why some people don't like the Star Wars sequels. And I can certainly see where they're coming from with that, because they have this whole entire plethora of books, games, etc., comics that detail out what happened after Return of the Jedi, and Lucasfilm decides to wipe all of that away so that they can do their own thing, instead of perhaps maybe taking what was already there and adapting it for the big screen, like, for example, the Thrawn trilogy. So I can certainly see where they're coming from with that, though, to be fair, you don't have to be a fan of the EU to not like the Star Wars sequel trilogy, which is the case with me. All right, so now that you're here, Michael, I'm going to go ahead and screen share our Discord server so that we can walk everyone through how that works. So first, I've already put it in the description of this live stream, but I'm also going to put the invite link in chat. So let me grab that real quick. All right, so in chat here, this is the link to our Discord server. And weirdly, real quick, John says, hold up, the speeder is the same, but it doesn't include a Ben Kenobi or a Tusken Raider. It just includes a Jawa, Luke, and C-3PO. Did you get it used, or was this like a newer version of the land speeder that they came out with recently?
Sounds like a newer version. They just decided to do a different scene with it.
Actually, no. I think I know why. Because they also made a Lego set of the scene inside Ben Kenobi's house where Luke is given his lightsaber for the first time. So maybe those two sets are meant to go together.
Yeah. And for some reason, Luke seems to be wearing like some sort of a poncho. Like, I don't get why that is, but whatever, I guess.
Right. I mean, he wore one in the movie, but that was much later after that scene.
I don't know.
Nor
It's been a while for me, honestly. I
yeah.
guess like maybe in Mos Eisley they did, but
Yeah, that's when it happened, right as they see the Falcon for the first time and you hear Luke say, "What a piece of junk." So
yeah.
getting back on track now. Here is the link to our Discord server. The link is also in the description of this video, and it's going to be in the description of every video from this point on. So I'm going to set this up how you would see it as a member, so that way we can keep the admin stuff secret. All right. So let me screen share this real quick. All right, so here is the server. It is the Star Wars Guys Discord server here. And of course, in the welcome page, have our we have of course the Discord guide. Each one of them will let you read them on your own time if you choose to join the server. General questions, we haven't done anything with this yet. New Star Wars Guys content. This will be where you get notified that we upload something new. Support Star Wars Guys. This hasn't been used yet, but this will be likely where we post links to buy any sort of merch that we come up with. And then the important parts here is the Star Wars Guys general. So this is where we have our normal discussions. Now, one thing important, and again, here's Thrawn. He is right now our only moderator. This was something that he set up very similar to the Echo Base Network server. You have to be part of a faction in the server to be able to interact. So we have the Republic, the Empire, the Chiss Ascendancy, the Mandalorians. That's the one that I am. We have the Smuggler, and we have Crimson Dawn. Also, real quick, shout out to Epic John, the Under Nerd. That's a very interesting name, Jonathan, for being our newest server member. And it's actually
Hmm.
good timing. It's actually good timing that you joined, because I can scroll down here. You'll get a nice little message that says, "So and so has joined the server. Thank you for joining. The Force is family." Which, in case you didn't know, that is our slogan now. But once you
Yeah.
join, a you have to pick a faction. Also, real quick, again, thank you to Felix Kiros for joining. How you pick a faction is basically you do what I did here. You type +roll, all one word, no caps, and then whichever one you want here. Crimson, Smuggler, Mandalorians, Chiss, Empire, Republic. Once you do that, you'll be able to actually interact with the server.
Yeah. I want to say I tried this, but for some reason it gave me like the you do not have a required role.
Right.
But
Which I saw that right here. So, of course, this server is still somewhat of a work in progress. So any glitches, any technical issues we have, of course, we're going to keep working on it. Thrawn here has been a big help with doing that. So we're gonna make this the best server that we can. Now, I mentioned this before. To the Star Wars Guys content, this section here, there's two channels. There's video idea submissions, and this is where you guys can submit ideas for us to cover on videos. So like it says here, if you've read an interesting article or seen an interesting video, share it here in this channel. It must be at least loosely related to Star Wars. And then the same thing over here with Star Wars meme review. I've mentioned this a couple times. This is something we want to get into in the channel, and this will be how you submit whatever memes you want us to look at for Star Wars meme review. Any meme loosely tied to Star Wars or Lucasfilm is welcome. And then over here we have We have the watch party. This is a voice channel. There should be a couple more of these. At least there is on my end of things as an admin. Right now I'm viewing this as just a normal member. But should we ever want to host a movie watch party with you guys, this is where we would do it. And then, of course, the faction chat, this is what it would look like, which right now, in fact, I'll put something in there right now. This is the way. And, of course, we do have bots that will let you know what level you are. I still don't know what the point of that is, but there you go. So that is pretty much the server in a nutshell. And yeah, we hope you guys join us with it. So again, thank you again to Jonathan and Felix for joining the server during this stream, and we look forward to seeing more people join. All right. So, do you guys have any questions about that? And you included, Michael.
Yeah, I was just honestly wondering like what the bot meant when it says that I didn't have a required role or something like that, because I'm still not particularly sure what it was trying to tell me.
How do you... Okay, so Felix says, how do you choose the faction? So, okay, let me screen share it again. Let me get it pulled up real quick. All right, so back over here in the Star Wars Guys General. Do you see what I wrote here? Plus role, space, Mandalorians. And that gave me the role. So you choose from these here. It's the same as the Echo Base Network Discord server. Same factions, but how you choose them is different. You type this in instead of choosing an emoji. We tried to do that, but sadly we weren't able to. So yeah, you type in plus role and then one of these. And Michael, why don't you try typing it in again so we can see it live and diagnose this problem?
All right. Give me just 1 second. I just put it in the general chat, right?
Yeah, general chat.
All right, so
it doesn't
plus,
let you type.
What do you mean?
So it doesn't let you type, Felix? That's weird. Like I said, guys, this server is still very much a work in progress. There's still some things we're trying to... Okay, so I saw what you said there. Try a different role, Michael. Try plus role smuggler. Or actually no, try plus role empire. You don't have a required role for this self-assignable role group. That is weird. So yeah, folks, as far as joining the roles, we are like I said, we'll get this fixed so that you guys can be able to do that and be able to type. The whole reason we have this, as Thrawn mentioned to me, is so that not just anyone can join and start spamming stuff. This is supposed to deter that. So just stay tuned on the server. We will get this issue fixed. All right, so all of that aside, Sam is saying hello.
Yep, there he is.
Yep.
And then John is asking, how do we chat? Or how do I chat?
So basically, John, it won't let you chat until you choose your role, which right now we're having an issue with that. So we will get that fixed and we'll let you know what happens. Okay. We'll probably like mention this in the next stream whenever we do that. You know, that we've gotten it fixed and you should be able to do it now. So switching gears now. This was sort of a spur of the moment stream. Aside from showing you guys the Discord, I really didn't have a plan for this. The plan was really just to talk to you guys about whatever. But then I was scrolling Twitter and found something very, very interesting. So let me try and find it real quick. Here it is. All right, so let me bring up the image. Boom. That picture was recently taken, as you can see by the mask. That is Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones on the set of Indiana Jones 5. So they have started filming that now. What do you guys think about that?
Well, for one thing, just as people are typing in the chat, I will say this: we got to give this guy a lot of credit, just because even though he's definitely up there in age, he's still going for it. But I would say that most likely this will have to be his last movie, just because of health.
Yeah, or for sure his last action movie. But hey,
Yeah.
if he feels like he can do it, then I say let him. Also, here is another picture. And there he is talking to Kathleen Kennedy, and who these three people are, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm guessing that's Kathleen Kennedy there. It's hard to tell by the back of
Yeah.
her head.
And I want to say that it would be appropriate to say that we're not particularly sure if this is like a picture of where they're supposed to be filming, but this is like a place that they're probably
This could
going to.
this could be like the back lot of the movie set.
Yeah, but this isn't
Yeah.
like a actual stage or whatever it's called, like a sound stage, but like in the
Right.
back lot.
Okay, actually, here's one more picture. And as I said before, that picture might have been Kathleen Kennedy. This picture confirms it because same jacket.
All
And
right,
of course,
Felix.
there he is.
Felix is asking, will KK kill Indiana Jones?
Oof, let's.
You don't let's not even talk about that. Let's not even talk
Yeah,
about that.
there's.
Let's just say whatever happens happens, and
Yeah,
whatever happens as a result will happen as a result.
yeah. Granted, we all have our own thoughts of Kathleen Kennedy and how good or how bad of a job she has done as Lucasfilm. But I will say this: as for me, I'm willing to give this movie a chance. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll give this movie a chance. But at the same time, Felix, like you just said,
Yeah.
you said it, not me. But still, it's kind of all of that aside. I still think it is cool to see Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford in the Indiana Jones getup in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, he's an old man, and most old guys his age would not think of doing another action movie like this. But if he feels like he's up for it, then I say go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we at least know that we're going to get possibly a better performance out of Harrison Ford in this movie than we did with The Force Awakens, because Harrison Ford has always liked playing Indiana Jones more than he's liked playing Han Solo, because he actively wanted Han Solo to die as early as Empire, I want to say, if not Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, he pushed really hard to get that death scene that he got in The Force Awakens. Like he didn't really like Han Solo as much as he liked Indy. So we at least
Mm-hmm.
know that from a performance point of view, Harrison Ford is going to give his all.
Yeah.
And Felix asks, when is the movie coming out? Let's look that up.
Yeah. And while you do that, I want to say that it would also be appropriate to kind of speculate what this movie could entail so far as like what Indiana Jones may be looking for. Because if there's a pattern in Indiana Jones, there's always like some sort of artifact that has some religious significance, such as
Right.
the first movie was the Ark of the Covenant, which relates to Judaism, and then the three stones, whatever those things were,
It
those
was
had to do with.
the Shankara stones.
Okay, so that had to do with Hinduism, or at least it was somehow connected to that. And then obviously the Holy Grail is more leaning towards Catholicism, but one could argue Christianity.
Yep.
And then the
Something
last movie, yeah, and then the last movie, well, not exactly aliens.
I had to do the meme.
Yeah, but anyways, in all seriousness, the other movie pretty much dealt with like Aztec and pretty much like South American religion when you think, just because there was like some native tribes back in like Peru and just in that general area of South America that worship their own gods. Oh yeah. Nice. So I don't know. I would almost think that maybe there would be almost like a Buddhist artifact. Maybe,
Right.
but just because, or maybe a Muslim artifact, just because they haven't yet touched Buddhism or Islam.
True. And to answer your Felix, I just looked it up. Felix, this movie is initially supposed to release July 28th, 2022. But if you remember a couple live streams ago, we covered an article. It was one of many articles that, of course, covered these rumors of Kathleen Kennedy leaving. And it mentioned something about how it's possible, due to several different factors, that the Indiana Jones 5 movie could get delayed until 2023 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, as of right now, July 28th, 2022 is what Google is saying. But it could get pushed back.
Yeah.
And then the Matt Cave says, I think the new indie film will be good. I didn't hate Crystal Skull, so all they got to do is be better than that film. LOL. I didn't hate this Crystal Skull either. I thought my feelings on Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the same as my thoughts on the prequels. I certainly understand why people don't like them, but I don't hate them.
Yeah, we pretty much grew up on them, so how can we hate them?
Yeah, we had all four of the Indiana Jones movies. I got them for Christmas. I want to say when I was in 8th grade. I want to say either 8th or no, it was 8th grade. It was 8th grade. I know, because 9th grade for Christmas I got a box set of the original trilogy on DVD, and it was a special box set. I'm going to try and find this. It was a special box set that had both the special edition version and a rare re-release of the theatrical versions.
Yeah. I honestly might try to find those too, like the original theatricals.
Yeah. The sad thing is, though, we were very irresponsible DVD owners back then, so we scratched those DVDs. We scratched them up bad. But I think I found. But I think I. No, that's not it. I'm gonna find these.
Yeah. Well, a little bit more on Indy while you do that. We had like literally everything in Indiana Jones. Like we had those like cloth whips that made sound effects when you hit them. We even had the hats because why not have the hats?
We might still have one of those somewhere.
I honestly doubt it, just because I know that I lost mine and I don't know what happened to yours, but anyways, yeah, we literally had all the We had literally had all the Indiana Jones stuff that we could get, and then kind of similarly to that one DVD that we had that had a compilation of both Clone Wars and live action lightsaber fights. We had like a promotional DVD where it had like a compilation of Indiana Jones's best or like greatest hits, like the time where he shoots a guy that's kind of showing off his sword skills, or the time where he had to run away from a bunch of Tuggy warriors. Do you remember that, PJ?
The DVD that came with the foam whip, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Like that was the thing back in the day. Like I still remember that.
It was. And by the way, I did end up finding a picture of that box set. This is an
Mm-hmm.
eBay listing. I'm not showing the actual listing, just showing a picture, but that's pretty much what it is right there. So the top row here, these were the special edition versions. And then down here below are the original theatrical releases. And if I had known back when I had these, how rare these were, I would have taken care of these more than I would have taken care of any other DVD. But sadly, I of course had no way of knowing that, and sadly, I mistreated them. In fact, I wonder if we still have these somewhere and could get them like resurfaced, Michael. What do you think?
Have what? Those?
Yeah, these.
I doubt it. Those things are probably dead and buried at this point.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So let's see. Um
So what else do you guys want us to talk about? We'll stay on here for as long as we can think of things to talk about. Oh, okay, so the Matt Cave said, fun fact, Harrison Ford had food poisoning on that day, talking about the one guy who was showing off his sword skills and was supposed to fight the swordsman with his whip. Instead, he shot him and walked off set straight to the bathroom. I heard about that.
nice.
I heard about that, and it's funny because that was not supposed to be there, and yet I think that's like Indiana Jones's character. That's like Indiana Jones's character right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So here
I see what
so
you're pulling
here's
up
the
here.
so here's the whip that we had, and then there's the little DVD that came with it. Oh,
And
and
we each had one of these. Oh, is it actually
yeah.
on sale?
Yeah, I'm going to check this. I'm going to check this because my curiosity has been $60 plus this much in delivery. But
So okay, so this
yeah,
had to have been like $20 when it first came out, and now
yeah,
it's 60.
yeah. So like
That
there's some of this
that
stuff.
must mean that this has become somewhat of a collector's item now.
Yeah. So let's see. So here's like some of the stuff it had. Here's the video I was talking about where it had like a compilation of Indiana Jones's greatest hits.
Hey, Mike, are you trying to show a different window than the Google Images search? Because all I see is that.
Okay, yeah. I forgot
You may
about
have,
that.
yeah,
So
you may
let me
have
go
to
ahead.
share a new window.
So let me go ahead and share the Amazon listing. Now,
And while
by
you
the
do
way,
that,
this is not sponsored.
yeah, while you do that, the Matt Cave says some of the greatest moments in film history were unplanned. You're right, and another good example of that in The Dark Knight. You know, when the Joker is dressed up as that nurse and is walking out of the hospital and presses his little clicker to blow it up, and it's a delayed explosion, and he's looking around like, that was unplanned because the explosion really was supposed to go off when he clicked it, and Heath Ledger was genuinely confused as to why it wasn't going off until it did.
Mhm.
Okay, so here's what Michael pulled up. And yeah, $60 in brand new condition.
Yeah.
That
And then
is
there's
crazy.
another one going for about
90?
90. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and then here's one that's like cheaper where this one says good and then this one says like new.
Yeah. So hey,
So,
if you want a fake Indiana Jones whip that you press this button and it makes sounds, comes with a DVD, there you go.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much that's what we had back in the day and that was like the coolest stuff ever.
Yeah. But yeah, talking about what you said here, Matt Cave, some of the greatest moments in film history were unplanned. We just talked about two of those, and now I'm kind of curious, like, what other movie scenes have we seen that were unplanned?
All right. Felix says that you guys need to see The Matrix. You mentioned that you may not have seen them. I did.
Yep.
I did mention that, Felix, and personally, I've been trying to get into it, but I don't know. I guess I've been working a little too hard.
And I'm in the same boat. I haven't seen them either. I have them on iTunes. I think they're downloaded on my laptop. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. So
Yeah,
who knows? I mean, we're gonna be stuck in a car together here in a couple weeks, going to Florida. So maybe we'll watch it then.
yeah. I think there are just a couple of things that mom and dad wouldn't let John see. So
Yeah, because we are responsible big brothers.
yeah. All right. And Felix also says it is a must see, and we definitely believe you. It definitely has that reputation for movies. It changed a generation of movies, yes. I can definitely see why. Plus, if nothing else, it brought in one of the greatest actors of our time, Keanu Reeves. So,
Hmm.
so yeah, now that I think about it, PJ, I honestly would not be opposed to actually getting that whip if we were to do like a toy review. Because we were kind
You're
of talking back and
you're
forth about that.
if you want to spend that kind of money, go right ahead.
Yeah. Of course, chances are I would probably just keep a close eye on it and spend my money elsewhere. But
I am convinced. I am convinced that somewhere up in the attic at your house we have it, and we just got to go up there and find it.
I don't know. I feel like that it's possible, but I'm not totally convinced just because there's some things that I thought were in the attic but weren't actually there. So who knows?
Yep. Also, quick shout out to Golgo13, aka Brandon the Infinite Wolf. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Same with
thank you.
Mr. Daryl the Derelict. Thanks for joining. And as always, Daryl, what's going on with your Mandalorian helmet? Let us know about that for sure. The Matt Cave says you're gonna need a bigger boat. Was ad libbed. Became the most iconic line from Jaws. We were just talking about how we've never seen The Matrix. We've never seen Jaws either. At least I haven't. Have you?
I only got as far as like the first part where you do see like the camera panning towards some people that are swimming at the beach, and then what? What? LOL.
You would be surprised how many movies we have not seen.
Yeah. Well, hey, an idea for the Discord.
Yeah, that's what Mad Party says here. Watch parties like crazy. That's what we were talking about with the Discord. There's a section for watch parties, and we will make good use of that.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll let you guys
You
in.
know.
In fact, I'll let you guys on a little bit of plans for the channel. Here in the next couple days, if not next couple weeks, we're actually going to be doing a non-Star Wars movie review on the first Tron movie, which Michael has seen, but I have not. So
Mhm.
this will be my first time seeing it. And we are having a special guest for that stream. And I'll give you each 3 guesses as to who that's going to be.
All
Don't you
right.
say
If
anything,
Felix
Michael,
said,
because you know.
guys, wow.
Yeah. Daryl the Derelict says, got the primer done, got all imperfections filled with Bondo. Just have to sand and paint it. Sanding will take forever.
Mhm. You
Matt Cave
haven't
says, you're going to
seen
love Tron.
Sacrilege.
Sacrilege. And the Matt Cave guessed it. Yes, legendary. We've talked to Legendary Tron, and he has
The one and
agreed
only.
to be. He fights for the users, as Coach says, and he has agreed to be our guest on that review. And yes, Daryl, we've never seen Tron, but I've never seen Tron. Michael has, but we're gonna fix that.
Yeah.
Felix says,
All right. Felix
have
is
you seen
dying
Back
here.
to
He
the
wants us
Future?
to know if we've seen. Yeah. Of course we have. What do you think,
Well,
Shell?
I've only seen the first one all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of the other 2.
Yeah. Now, I
I'll be
actually
honest
have
with
a
you.
question.
Go ahead.
I actually have a question for you, Daryl the Derelict. I'm wondering if you're sanding them by hand or if you're using like an actual sander, just because this is something that I'm kind of considering if I do that.
And then, speaking of Derelict, he says, Groovy, ever seen the original Star Trek movies? No, I have not.
Me either, but like I said, watch party in the Discord.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Oh, Mexican Iron Man has joined us. Thank you for joining us, sir. And yeah, right now we're just chilling and surprising people by how many movies we have not seen.
Yeah.
And then Daryl says, sanding by hand, less chance of mistakes. Okay. So that'll be good to
Okay.
know. We're asking, basically, Michael and I are asking this because we are, I may have mentioned this. I saw your message, Brandon. I'll get to that in a minute. We're asking all this stuff about your helmet, Daryl, because me and Michael, I've probably mentioned this before, but we're looking at maybe somewhere down the line getting a 3D printer of our own and 3D printing our own Mandalorian, basically full suit of armor, and doing stuff with that. So knowing basically how it turns out with you will help us a lot. And then the Matt Cave says he's talking to Felix and Daryl. We got to get these guys caught up on what made the 80s and 90s the best decades ever. And then Brandon says sacrilege. Wait, it's not letting me pull it up.
What sacrilege? Watch the Nerdporials video on what too.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not able to pull up any sort of my stuff here is frozen. I can still see my video feed here moving just fine, but my controls on my stuff here, it's froze. I can still see the comments as they come in. So there it is. Okay. So Brandon had said, he said, sacrilege, watch the Nerdporials video on what to watch and what order to watch. I will check that out.
Yeah.
And then Mexican Iron Man says, hail guys, I'm doing taxes and have you guys on.
Yeah.
Well, we're certainly glad to be your background noise.
Yeah. Because if there's one thing that Uncle Sam hates the most is tax evasion.
Yes.
Tell me I'm wrong.
And then he goes on to ask, close encounters of the third kind. Nope.
Yeah.
The losses keep coming for us.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know if you have any movies in mind, and we can just do like a yes or no sort of thing.
Yeah.
I will
Okay,
say,
so Felix asks, "Can we ask you movies?" And you say yes or no.
yeah, go for it.
We've pretty much already been doing that, so yeah, keep hitting us with movies, and we'll tell you whether or not we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Daryl asks, "How about The Black Hole?"
Mm-mm.
I'll be
Never
honest,
heard
I've
of it.
never even heard of it. Top
Top.
Gun,
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. Now, which
same.
Top Gun? Because I thought that there was like two of them.
I'm gonna look this up.
Oh man, how do you talk to people? I'm just kidding, LOL. Well, since you asked so politely, we just use our mouth to talk, the teeth, the lips, and use our vocal cords. That is how we talk to people.
I'll be honest, I really don't watch movies that much anymore. I get my entertainment from video games and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I have a lot, and I mean a lot of catching up to do.
Let's see, Sci-Fi Equilibrium. I've the name sounds familiar, but I'm not. I don't think I've seen it. No.
That makes
Felix
one of us
says,
that
"I
sounds
am
familiar
afraid
too.
now." Well, don't you know that fear is the path to the dark side? You shouldn't be afraid.
And then Daryl, I'm guessing talking about either Top Gun or original Superman. Yes, we have seen
Yeah.
that. In fact, we had a box set of the original, of the whole, basically the pre Zack Snyder Superman stuff.
Mhm.
Superman's 1 through 4 and Superman Returns with Brandon Ruth. Sadly, though, that was another one that when we were younger, we abused those DVDs and got them all scratched up.
Mhm.
But I haven't
Yeah.
seen those original. Um, I haven't seen those original Superman movies in a while, and I would love to.
Mhm. Hey PJ, I actually got an idea. I'm gonna try to do like a sound check with my helmet, and really, I just want to make sure that I don't sound like a whole bunch of crap when I wear it. Just
Okay.
because I've thought about wearing it during streams, but I'm not particularly sure if it will work. But I just
Yeah.
want to see if I don't sound like crap, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead and grab it. I'll cover some more of these comments. Trancers, again, never heard of it. Same with Iron Eagle. Top Superman 1 and 2 dinner cuts are great. Sci-fi fantasy bonus round. The Matrix trilogy, 5 points each. You actually just missed us talking about that Mexican Iron Man. We've never seen any of those. In fact, this one is the worst for me because I have them on my laptop on iTunes, and I just haven't gotten around to watching them. Oh, Donner cuts. Richard Donner was the director of. Okay, so watch the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. It's the best version of that film. We can find it for sure. All right, Michael, you look very intimidating with that helmet on. So, can we hear you?
Yeah, now let's see if I don't sound like crap.
You sound ever so slightly more muffled than you were.
Okay, I guess that just means I need to talk like this, I guess.
Yeah. And then Felix says
Wait, you can
need to
hear me
use your
clearly.
Discord watch parties. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
We were talking about they can understand, right?
Mexican Iron Man says, "You guys are
Guys, you are
breaking."
breaking my Mexican heart. In solidarity, I may not. Yeah.
Don't do that to
Daryl
yourself,
says
man.
sick helmet too, so yeah.
He sounds like my sister.
This is the helmet. Well, I must sound good in that case. But anyways, this is like my helmet that I've had since like maybe I want to say, and it's like the Hasbro one that had like the voice changer.
Whew.
So the voice changer was crap. Say it. And so I've thought about wearing this during stream. I want to be sure that I was sounding pretty good and not sounding
Hey,
like crap.
while you have that, Michael, grab
And
your
probably
lightsaber
chances are I'll
too.
probably take this voice mod out.
Grab your lightsaber too
Okay,
while
give
you
me a
have that
sec.
helmet. Meanwhile, couple people, Mexican Iron Man and Brandon, asking RoboCop. That's another one, sadly. And we must see the Matrix. Mexican Iron Man says, "I think I found my new favorite stream." We appreciate that, man. This is not our normal stream night, by the way. We do this every Sunday evening about 6 p.m. Eastern. And it's more of a news roundup where we cover the latest episode of The Bad Batch, as well as whatever's been going on in Star Wars news and rumors lately. Felix asks the never ending story. So, funny story about this one. First off, I've only seen about 2/3. There he is. I've only seen about 2/3 of this movie. Wow, that was actually louder than I thought it would be. So,
Yeah,
back
this
on
thing is
Never
loud
Ending
as
Story.
crap.
I've only ever seen 2/3 of this movie, and I watched it in Spanish because I was taking Spanish class in 8th grade, and it was one of those things where if we wanted to watch a movie, we had to watch it in Spanish. So that is the only time I have ever seen The Never-Ending Story. And keep in mind,
Yeah.
this was Spanish year 1 for me. So I just barely knew, the sort of hey, how you doing? Type of stuff in Spanish, which unfortunately I don't remember anymore. So yeah, I would definitely want to see the
Yeah.
Never-Ending Story
Yeah.
in English.
I've seen it too. Like I've seen it
Okay.
all the way through in English. Just to clear that up.
Yes. And then Brandon says, "Oh man, you missed a bunch of classic R-rated movies." This is gonna shock
Mhm.
you. I have only ever seen one R-rated movie, and it was the first Deadpool. And I didn't see that until it came out on DVD when I was already, um, yeah. All right. So moving on. Yes, we need to see these movies.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say this. I've seen Mortal
and
Kombat. I want to say I've seen second and half of like John Wick 3. And so I've got more R-rated movies under my belt, you can say.
yeah. And then Daryl says, once you get educated in the 80s, you must watch Stranger Things. Okay. Mexican Iron Man said, you guys may just be stuck with me if for no other reason than these two. One, I need to mentor you two before I die, and B, so you guys have some points for YouTube channel diversity and inclusion. Okay. And yes, we are really young. I'm 26, he's 19.
Mhm.
So yeah. And then Matt Cave says, "Okay, this may make me fall out of my chair, depending on your answer. Terminator and Terminator 2.
Sorry, bro, but
Never seen never seen it. I
hope
know
you
I
got
know
a
of them, but never seen it."
hope you
And
got
then
something to land on.
Daryl the Derelict asks Tremors. I have seen the first one, and
I haven't.
from what my aunt and uncle who I watched it with said, that's the only one worth seeing. So yeah, I've seen the first one.
All right, Mexican Iron Man. Matt cave down. Matt cave down.
You
We
okay,
got a
man?
code red, bro. We got a code red.
Yeah. This stream has turned out way more fun than I thought it would be, thanks to you
Yeah.
guys, especially you, Mexican Iron Man. Predator. That's another one that we've never seen.
Yeah. The medic. The medic.
Brandon says, well, there are a bunch for you two to check out from the time of machismo. Yeah, for sure. Everything okay there, Mike? He probably had to get up and send the dog outside of his room. Felix asks, Rocky, I have seen the first one. I have not seen the sequels. And I saw a little bit of the first Creed when I saw your message there, Brandon. I saw a little bit of the first Creed movie when I was on an airplane, either flying home or flying back overseas when when I was in the Navy.
Yeah.
And
I've
then
seen Rocky as well.
Brandon says 80s masculinity very toxic.
Hey, might be careful, might get canceled.
And then the Matt Cave says, I'm in tears. I can't tell if they are from laughing or from my heart breaking. And then
How about both?
go true. Go Brandon says see Rocky 1 through 4. Felix asks Rambo. Yeah, that's another one I have not seen.
Yeah. I want to see that one too. Also, for anybody who's maybe wondering why I had to get up, I'm deciding to try to modify my helmet so that I can take the voice mod out.
Oh, I thought you
So
had to put
that
the dog. I thought you had to put the dog out.
no, I'm gonna take out the voice mod just so that hopefully it makes me sound like less crap than I already do. But
Yeah. I'm sorry, Felix. I know it's shocking how much of 80s and 90s awesomeness that we've missed out. Okay, to help you guys feel better, here's some awesome movies we have seen. We have seen all 4 of the pre-Nolan Batman movies. So Batman 89, Batman Returns, and Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, though you can say what you want about those last 2. I have seen Last Action Hero. I don't know. What's some other good 80s and 90s movies, Michael, that we have seen to make
The
up for what we
Goonies.
haven't? Oh yeah, The Goonies. We've seen that. In fact, I have actually been to Astoria, Oregon, and seen all of the places. Excuse me, and seen all of the places that The Goonies was filmed. Me, mom, dad, and our youngest brother Jonathan took a big trip back in 2020 to California and back, and that was actually one of our stops, and it was really, really nice. In fact, there was this one building they had in Astoria. I'm going to try and find it, where they had a little movie set up to how the Goonies was made, and they even had Beta's original costume, like the full gadget suits and everything. So I'm going to see if I can find this museum.
Oh, and another thing that we've seen is The Sandlot. Very classic movie. Best movie to have a
We've
good
seen-
time with.
So yeah, the Oregon Film Museum is what it's called. Let me pull up the thing here. So yeah, me and Dad went in this when we were there back in just after 4th of July of 2020. And here is Data's original costume that we saw in there. In fact, here's a better picture of it. And I think that's Data's bike too.
Yeah, and I know for sure that's
But yeah,
the
it was a
jail
really
cell.
cool place. Yeah, it was a really cool place, and I got this really funny shirt. It was a T-shirt. It was black. You've seen me wear it on stream a couple times, but it has Chunk's face on the front. Actually, no. It doesn't have Chunk's face on the front. It has "Do the Truffle Shuffle" on the front, but then on the underside of the shirt, like right here, if you lift it up over your face, it has Chunk. It has his face making like a face like something like that. So basically, you're doing the truffle shuffle with Chunk's face on your face. And no, I will not be doing that on camera.
How much that's another way of saying how much are you willing to pay me to do it.
This isn't that kind of stream, Michael.
I know.
All right, getting caught up with the comments here. Brandon says First Blood is different. It's a story about soldiers coming home from Vietnam, encountering no words, of course, in Oregon. He later goes on to say, pass on the bat nipples. Last Action Hero was good. Batman 89, nice. Let's broaden our minds, Lawrence. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's Jack Nicholson right there.
Yeah, that had to be from Batman 89. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, so I definitely want to see it again. Fuller Day Off. You mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yep, sorry, no. Mexican Iron Man says, FYI, I was at the first live stream with Coach and Nick at EBN way back in July of 2019. Unbelievably, as horrific as tonight's movie quiz results are, this stream is going better. The Force lives. Hail. Well, again, we are certainly glad that you're here with us, Mexican Iron Man. And as our slogan says, the Force is family, and you guys are family with us in this fandom.
Yeah. And hey, if nothing else, we're entertaining you with our lack of movies that we have seen.
Yes. And as Felix said, we should watch these movies and review them. Yeah, we're definitely going to do some non-Star Wars stuff because, again, Echo Base, they do non-Star Wars stuff over there too, so we'll do it. And then, of course, Brandon says, Schlock love Chunk. Yeah, that is another great movie. Oh, Echo Base is here.
Oh, look at that. Whatever.
Hey guys.
Why, thank you.
You came in at a very great time because right now we're absolutely embarrassing ourselves with naming off what 80s and 90s movies we haven't seen.
No, we're not. We're entertaining the guests. And we just so happen to be the butt of all of our jokes.
Yep.
So wait, EBN, are you trying to tell us that you're Big Brother? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm pretty sure specifically this is Coach. And yes, Daryl, it is a party now.
Yeah, I feel like we just I feel like we just got caught by Dad, LOL.
Funny you say that, Matt Cave, because shoot, I can't scroll up. Our actual dad was watching this stream a little bit earlier and asked why I didn't have any Cheetos with me. And then he says he's been listening. We know Rocky like Nick knows Harry Potter. So many different movies could fall into this blank, but yeah. Brandon says, I think it would be fun to do a stream with you guys discussing the movies once you have seen them. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Ghostbusters.
I've seen
never
the
heard
first
of that
one.
movie. I know Ghostbusters, but I never heard of Ghostbuster.
I've seen the first one, have not seen the sequel. I refuse to see Ghostbusters 2016. And this new one that's coming out, maybe. I'll see it.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like that for this upcoming movie. They're being a little bit more faithful to the original.
Mexican Iron Man says, Coach, the boys are doing great. Please encourage them. At least they don't have Mexican Iron Man in the back unplugging the links without sound. And then he says, of course, all hail and welcome, Coach. Felix asks, have we seen Aliens? The only thing close to Aliens that we've ever seen was the aliens section of the old, what was it called, Michael? The Great Movie Ride at
Yeah, that's it.
Hollywood, as at Hollywood Studios, that sadly doesn't exist anymore. That
Yeah.
is,
I will say I have seen the Prometheus movie,
yeah,
but I only caught like the last part of it. But I
yeah.
understood like the whole premise
But to
of
be
it.
but to be perfectly honest with you, Aliens is like one movie that I really don't want to see because personally I don't do like overly gory movies. I get somewhat grossed out at that stuff. So maybe, but this one's probably not very likely. And I think Brandon, or yeah, Matt Cave says, I think the Force has decided what your Discord will be used for. Long time coming movie viewings. Yes,
Exactly.
we will for sure. And then Brandon says Alien is more psychological. Okay, that I could get behind. And then Daryl says, so you wouldn't like Excalibur. If it's overly gory, then perhaps. Yeah, some of the stuff we mentioned has a lot of gore. Here's here's what I mean by I don't like gory stuff. Because of how much blood was shown, I had to stop watching Attack on Titan. That's pretty much what I mean by I don't like gory stuff. And then Mexican Iron Man got to go to bed. Good night, chat, and good night. Got to be up early. Good night, Mexican Iron Man. And again, thank you for joining us and having fun with us. We look forward to seeing you with more of our live streams.
Yeah.
And then Brandon says Aliens is more of an action and horror movie. So I'll be honest with you, horror, scary movies, I also don't really like. The last scary movie, oh, I've actually seen a little bit of this movie already, Matt Cave, and yeah, that movie really freaked me out.
Yeah.
Especially, I'd say the worst one for me was the scene with the dog alien. Just seeing all those dogs getting mutated by that alien, because I love dogs, and I don't like seeing anything happen to dogs. So seeing all those dogs mutate into that alien just really, really bothered me.
Yeah.
And
Personally,
I
I'll go with my version of the thing, Among Us.
yeah, we'll play Among Us just fine, but the thing, no.
Yeah. I mean, I might watch the thing just because it's like one of those. It's one of those legendary movies you can say.
Yeah. And then Daryl makes an interesting thing. He says, I'm weird. I can watch surgery being performed and eat. And I'm kind of the same way because me and Michael both are deer hunters and we have both shot deer and seen, how they've been gutted and butchered. And we can handle that just fine. But I think what it is for me is when it happens to a person. In fact, I'm going to see if I can pull up a picture of the last deer that I got. And I think
Yeah.
that'll be the last thing we do on this stream because it is getting late for us and I do have work pretty early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let
I
me
mean, I
so let
will
me
say
see.
this. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike, while I'm
Yeah.
finding this.
Yeah. I will say this. I guess I'm kind of leaning more out of like being super grossed out of gore, depending on how it's executed. Like watching the new Mortal Kombat film, like you can
And
tell that's
Brandon,
animation
yep,
just because it obviously had to be, but you knew,
yep,
so it really didn't bother you.
right. And real quick, Felix asks if we have seen Commando. I started watching it once because I do have it on DVD, but then I stopped watching, I think, because actually I don't remember why I stopped watching it, but then I just never picked it back up. But I do have it, and I would like to finish it at some point. So let me see if I can find this picture.
All right, well, so some of you may be wondering, got this piece out, but it's all connected to some wires.
Oh. All right, so I found it. All right, so here's me. This was Halloween of 2020, as you can see. And this was the deer that I got. And he is currently mounted on my wall. He is a 9-pointer. And I got him with my old Knight 45 caliber muzzleloader here. So here's the story. Here's the story of how I got him. So I was hunting with our dad, which, let me see. There he is there. So me and dad were hunting together, and this was a day that I was scheduled to work, and I wasn't supposed to be at work until 10:30. So I thought, okay, I've got some time to hunt early in the morning. So we went, and it was about 9:15, and I thought, okay, it's 9:15. I haven't seen anything that I could shoot yet, so I'm going to go ahead and get down from the tree stand, start making my way back to the truck. Also, by the way, hey there, Green Lantern. Thank you for joining. So I'm getting down from the tree stand, starting to head back to the truck. Now, the piece of land that we hunt is half field and half woods. And the field part is split in half by itself by a tree line. So there's a field here, and then the woods off to the side. I'm coming from the woods into the field. About, I want to say 120 yards out, that buck is coming out into the field also. And I didn't know this at the time, but Dad was texting me, hey, when you come out, there's going to be this deer. I'm out of bullets. You try and get him. But I didn't have any service, so I didn't know this. So this deer completely took me by surprise. So I see it, and I'm like, okay, this is a big buck. I'm not gonna let this pass by. So I got down into one knee and took aim, and I got him. Ended up being late for work, but it was worth it. And funny enough, like I said, this was Halloween, and where we work, we're allowed to wear Halloween costumes, and I was going to wear my camo as my Halloween costume and be a hunter. Sadly, I couldn't do that anymore because I had deer blood all over me. So yeah, that was my... Getting back to what we were talking about, I saw and even helped that deer get field dressed, so it could be taken off to the butcher shop. I was able to do that and not get grossed out, and yet seeing something like that happen to a person and, in a movie, and it just grosses me out somehow. So I see what you mean when you said that, Matt Cave, about being able to see surgery and eat is weird. And then Daryl says, I must invite you all to stream with me tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. Depends on work and wife. Yeah, I'd be down for that. And, well, what do you know? I'm guessing that's an Elmer Fudd reference. I haven't seen any.
Well, what do you know? One bullet left.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Looney Tunes in a long while. And John, I don't know what you mean by this. The world is revolving. I can do anything. Okay, yeah. He says it's Elmer Fudd. And then Brandon, I guess, commenting on my weird thing of not being grossed out when it's animals, but it's people, says it means you have a moral compass. That's probably what it means. I'd agree with that. And then Rhiannon popping in, picking on her boyfriend, aka our youngest brother. And then he says, I'll post in Discord when I'm streaming. I had fun, got a jet. May the force be with you all. Well, may the force be with you, Daryl the Derelict. The force is family. That's what we say around here. Felix asks, have we seen the Star Wars holiday special in full? Not yet, but we've already decided we're going to do that as a Christmas special. We're going to review that. Did you take half that helmet off?
Yeah, I did, just so I can try to work on it.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to
gotcha.
take the microphone out, or at least get the nose thing out. Or at least, like, I already got this part out, which is supposed to help the sound. So, I'm thinking about maybe trying to cut the thing off, like this mic out here. I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody can see it, but it's pretty much being held together by wires.
Yeah, I see something moving in there.
Yeah. So, this thing here, I'm debating on whether or not I should just cut the wires and try to somehow repurpose the nose thing, or if I just cut it off and scrap it. Because honestly, I would be down for anything.
Felix says there's one part that you should get mentally prepared. Okay, so I'll be honest. I've never actually seen this, but I have seen the Nostalgia Critics review of the holiday special, so I somewhat know what happens. I'm not going to mention what scene you could be talking about, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've even seen an honest trailer for it, so I think I know what you're talking about too.
And then Green Lantern says, "Lol, I thought you didn't do scary stuff." When I mean scary stuff, I mean supernaturally scary stuff. That's what I mean by that.
Thing came out.
Okay.
Now let's try it. And hopefully I won't sound like crap like I usually do, even without the helmet.
You don't sound like crap.
I don't know. I guess I have a weird relationship between cameras and audio.
Matt Cave says, you'll never see Star Wars the same after. Remember, you can't unsee the holiday special. And I'm not going to read the rest of that because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But this comment here, you'll never see Star Wars the same after. Well, we survived the sequel trilogy.
Hey, we survived The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
By the way, how am I sounding since I take the thing out? Am I sounding okay?
Yeah, you sound okay, if not ever so slightly muffled.
Okay.
But I think that actually no, you sound like you have a little bit of an echo. But I think that's just from plastic being in front of your face, like right here, and there's no avoiding that. Yeah. Brandon says, PJ, is it okay if I do a signature welcome message when someone joins the server? I've already got one, but thank you. The signature message is, so-and-so has joined the server. Thank you for joining. The Force is family. Yeah. And then Brandon says, we are survivors. You sound just fine. And then Felix has to go to bed. Thank you for joining us, Felix. Yes, it has been a nice chat. John's new pick is the annoying dog. I'm guessing he's talking about Discord.
Better not be talking about our dog.
No. Bring him on camera so we can see him before we go.
I don't know. He seems to be content. I think he's sleeping.
Okay. The sequel trilogy looks like a masterpiece compared to the holiday special. We will be the judge of that. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it now ourselves. Mm-hmm. So thank you, everyone, for joining this unplanned stream for us. As you guys know, we normally do our streams Sunday, and it's sort of a Bad Batch review / news roundup sort of deal. This was just us messing around. So, yeah, make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys later. And as always, as I've said a couple times now, the Force is family. Have a good one.
All right.